Okay, we did it. It worked.
We're on?
Yeah, hi Mark.
With this camera.
With this camera.
Do we have a stand?
I don't know. Do you? But I can try to get it on here too. Actually, I don't know. They may have to. You guys may have to log out of your computer. I'm trying to do this on Mark's computer. I'm gonna mute this.
The echo is hurting my brain!
Okay. It's unechoed. But
Are we still on?
yeah, we're frozen.
Should we just
Okay.
read? Why don't we just read?
Well, hold
If we're
on.
on.
Wait, no, wait. Maybe I didn't hit play.
You're on, you're live.
Okay.
You're on, you're live.
This is what I have to do. Sorry.
No, keep the echo going.
Mark, is that what you really sound like?
That's what I sound like in real life.
This is Mark. Mark, wait, what's your name?
My name is Mark Brunetti. I'm from New Jersey, the central Jersey area. This is Aaron Baird. This is Chris McIntyre, creator of WalkingEnglish.com. So they say. Here, have a drink, Internet. We're drinking Feckin' Irish whiskey. So that's what we're on tonight.
Chad, I'm not drinking, just so you know.
Not Liz. But what we're going to read to you guys is The Idiom Magazine, an underground literary magazine that I make. This part I just make in like my basement. That's what makes it underground. And I hand this out for free to people. So if you're ever in the Jersey area, hit me up and we'll get you here. But just recently, last week actually, we came out with the Idiom book. 10 copies of the magazine, all in one book. And we're going to read a lot of stuff from this. This is available online. If you go to Amazon.com and just do a search for the Idiom Mag, the Idiom Magazine.
Show them how thick that thing is.
I think that is. Alright, this is at a time
Show
when
them
I had
the tobacco-stained paper. It's tobacco-stained
tobacco-stained paper.
Tobacco-aged.
See, this is at a time when I had 3 jobs and I was adding a page to the flimsy idiom every issue. So that's why this is so big. But now I'm poor again, so I've been taking away pages every issue. So the next book is going to be a lot smaller.
Tell about the beautiful cover model.
This is my puppy's son. His full name is Hunter S. Dogson. And we call him Son for short. But he modeled for us. We had to pay him $1,000. And this is our backyard, so you know it's all natural. This is our fence and things. So let me read you some of the reviews from the back cover, just so you can get a hint.
The blurbs.
The blurbs. Brunetti, that's me, Mark Brunetti. Mark Brunetti gathers the discarded energies of post-beat poetry and implodes them on the pages of the idiom. That's by Susan Scuti. I don't know if you ever heard of her. She's probably the most famous one. The other 2 people are just regulars. But a tree would rather sacrifice itself for the idiom than some advertisement. Which is a great blurb for the back of the book. And then the last one. I've never read an issue. That was Jacko from the Brighton Bar about the idiom advertisement. Yeah. This one's from Alex Dawson from the Raconteur Bookshop up in Metuchen. I've never read an issue of the idiom, but I like what you do. So.
What was the one on the back of the first book? It was like, I find the idiom in my...
That was by Dr. Jones. I find the idiom with Christian propaganda on the floors of bathroom stalls.
Right.
Yeah, that was a good one. So.
That was a good one. Let's go away.
Alright, should we read some stuff?
Yeah, you guys want to read?
Let's read first. You guys want to look through the book? I'll read some things from this issue. I know that you're shy, Aaron. Maybe we'll look up in the corner as you're reading. You won't be on camera.
Yeah, I can do something artsy, like the fan.
It might break the internet.
It might break the internet. It's a little bit going on there. You could go to
naive internet still.
WalkingEnglish.com. That's Max started WalkingEnglish.com.
Forget us. There's some really good poets on here. Like the ones in this room. Yeah, not so much, but the other poets in there. The other poets in there are great.
The other poets in there.
Yeah.
In that room
That's
over there.
where Walking English is.
Right, Walking English is in that room over there.
We've segregated. This is the idiom room. And Walking English room.
Alright, ready?
Yeah, you're gonna go first?
Alright, so this is one from the more recent issues. This one's called A Small Rebellious Inclination. And it's by some woman, Grace Gallagher. I've never met her. She just sent me some stuff, so. I want to write nonsense words and be recognized as a first. I want to be so primitive that my language doesn't exist, and perhaps my guttural sounds will be like an onomatopoeia of love. I'll use loopy L's only when I get lazy, and curvy little Q's will be used more often because they're quick and often witty. I'll simply purse my lips when I'm angry, and my silence will stun you. Body language may be vital, as it's proved itself more true than any I've ever said. I know my hips and spine betray my feelings, sometimes when I'm sad, and my eyes betray what I hope to not convey. Perhaps I'll stand before you and declare everything I've ever felt with a blink. I'll be succinct.
Woo! Yay!
Alright, so I'll read one more, then we'll get Chris reading the book. So this is one of mine, Mark Brunetti. It's called Something I Wrote.
You don't have to read it. So loud.
Oh, quieter?
It may feed back. It may be feeding back.
I don't want to feed back, alright.
Don't feed back.
How
Let's
about
get a long
this?
shot.
I talk like this? Is this fine? Sorry, I'm a poet. I need to project.
You could.
No one's listening anyway.
No one's listening.
Alright. Most
Oh,
people...
Percy boy, Nathan says it's not too loud. You're good. Okay, let's really.
Wait, are you talking to them through that?
Yes.
How are you doing that?
Do you see that? The chat comes up there.
That is amazing! Yeah, nice. So something I wrote. Most people confuse things like fate and destiny, or myth and legend, or what a circus really is and what a carnival really is. Sometimes even dictionaries give the wrong definitions or use one word to simply define the other. A destiny is something that you have to fulfill, something that you're looking towards the future to complete and must pursue, while fate is something that will or has happened to you. You have no control over the situation or its effects, and in a sense, it came looking for you. A myth is something that was never really true, but we live our lives today because of its stories. A legend is based on a true story and has been extremely exaggerated. A circus has a ringmaster, and elephants and clowns and high wire acts and things like that. A carnival has sideshows and roller coasters and games of chance that you can't win. Unless it's your destiny or fate or something like that, and sells tickets for peoples and things. There's that.
Wait, who was that?
That was me.
That was you.
That was me.
Good.
Thank you.
That doesn't seem like a Mark Brunetti poem.
It doesn't. It's
Oh,
actually,
I thought it was Steve
It
for a
actually
second.
might be a part of a longer fiction story that I'm writing, but I haven't written it yet. I've just written one paragraph. So.
It's a good paragraph.
It's from this issue, so it's kind of neat.
This book is called The Idiom.
Idiom magazine.
Idiom.
Yeah, you get some stuff in there. Good stuff.
It's our book. It's your book.
This is really everyone's book. Everyone out there, you made this book because Mark can't write all this himself.
I definitely
He's
can.
not that good a writer. But when you guys submit things to the Idiom, it makes a book full of great words and one-liners, and there's a bunch of other words around those words too, which really take up a lot of space.
There's
I
the
kid
church around.
because I love. I'm gonna read something here. How about? Liz, do you have any requests? No.
Do you have another copy?
I like a lot of your stuff, Mag. There's a couple of your newer ones. I don't know. I don't think they're in there, but
Yeah, we can get one.
they're
So we can look
good.
through it.
Who knows what's in here? I'm gonna start with one called "You Make Tuesdays Too Much."
Read a lot, Chris.
I was happy that someone had a destination so that I could blink along to the soft lights of incomplete combustion. All the houses passed by shared the same few numbers and looked like they belonged on cereal boxes. Or left in an ocean of parking lots. Your keychains, empty rings couldn't get you much to pawn, so you took your doctor's orders and you sold them to the law. I told my friend the driver to pull over and let me off. I think I hear a jukebox sounding $1 a light somewhere. They tell you to mind that moment when lonesome turns into songs, and when stories turn into stones, and when nowheres turn into homes. Everybody talks about wine and jailbreaks, and you bent the universe back with your eyes closed, or maybe we were just upside down. Revolutions on record players and the magic of gin, and tonight I'm fragile like pencil shavings and I don't know where to begin. Wild static whispers and time is out of luck, and you always make Tuesdays far too much. So, moving on. This one, I don't remember writing. It's called Moments. We are made of a bunch of memories, moments that last a lifetime, day in and day out. I miss you dearly, living for the next moment keeps me true. Now, this is written by Chris Jones, that's why I don't remember it, but it says Chris, so this is by Chris Jones, the good doctor. We are made of a bunch of moments, moments that last a lifetime, day in, day out. I miss you dearly, living for the next moments keep me true. True to you, true to myself. If you do the math, those moments are all we have. We dream thousands of dreams, yet only remember a handful. Others occupy our time, making ourselves available for the taking. Like ordering my favorite flavor and being served something else. Why settle for an imitation when we can have the real thing? If you guys are ever on Long Beach Island, New Jersey, look up the good doctor. I guarantee you will not be disappointed.
Where does he work?
Right now, I have no
He
idea.
doesn't still work at...
Cabela's?
Yeah, whatever that place was.
He works for Shorty Long, right?
But he worked forever?
Yeah, I think he's road managing a band called Shorty Long and the Jersey Horns. They're the best horn section in New Jersey, and the rest of the band is not too shabby either, so look them up. Alright, this one is about D.B. Cooper. D.B. Cooper jumping out of his plane into the darkness, into the black beneath. In 1971, in the wind, closing his eyes and clutching to his chest. Bandits may rob me, but I snatch out their eyes. And keep the dust out of my face, peeking over, my eyes stinging. D.B. Cooper, in and above the skyward forest of Oregon, getting away with it in the darkness and the wind.
Woo!
This one.
I feel like we're used to having like an applause of an audience, and
Right.
it's kind of like reading. So it's like, all right.
This one is about...
You have to name that, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's all there. It's
Pretend
all,
they're
it's all
virtual.
happening.
They're making clapping hand signals.
Right. I'll start yelling. I want to lose my voice anyway.
Right. I always lived next to the train, went to school right by the tracks and rode my bike along them to the rail yard with the eerie yellow lights and the concrete platform and the names carved jagged into the benches. Then I moved north and the station was just upstairs, and when it rained, water would run down the stone walls and it would smell musty. And the train would take me north. I would fall asleep and it would take me too far south, but now I can see the Long Branch train yard from my window, which is good because I'm a poet and trains make good metaphors. Oh, you didn't see that one coming, did you?
I love that. It's true, those fucking trains.
This one's called LH. Whatever happens, wherever those kids find their explosions, the fire goes every which way and it burns through brownstone apartments like flash paper cigarettes. And where only light is a bad orange, and it's a glow from inside the car, I want to detonate like I did 100 years ago. I want them to report in the paper that it was sabotage, that the Spanish were responsible, but really it was just spontaneous. Cold knife air and nighttime church bells on an empty street, both can give lonely seashore towns some character. And I'm going to close out one more here. This one's about a buddy of mine. Nielsen likes to pick locks, but he doesn't like getting in. He doesn't like getting behind doors. He does like tumblers and moving them. He can draw them from memory. Mechanical, like clockwork for Copernican universe. Movements, planets and orbits and epicycles in fine detail. Nielsen and the universe and all music boxes, moving, tumblers and gears and all their heretics, all for the sights of beauty in pure movement. reading books.
Woo! Miss McIntyre! Well, alright. So if you want to submit to the Idiom Magazine, get your poems in the magazine, and perhaps be in the next book, you can go to the idiommag.com, and there will be plenty of that stuff. Let me know you heard it on Hippie Fiasco, and the editors might be more lenient to put you in. So we like when our friends are in. We like making our friends famous. Right now we got our librarian. She has the whole Dewey Decimal System memorized. The whole thing. Watch. Archaeology.
You know I don't know.
All right, poetry.
811.54.
Amazing.
All right.
Actually, gonna read some of her words.
Yeah.
Wait, when do you know archaeology?
I never remember. I don't
I always
know.
ask that first because
Fuck
it begins with A.
archaeology, it's dead anyway.
I don't know why she hasn't learned it after all this time. You know that you come on, bring it up.
Right?
Oh,
You can bring it in.
Wow.
And you could put a little, like,
She's gonna read
you
it.
could doodle behind. Do you know how to doodle?
No, we're not doodling
Do
behind.
whatever you want to do.
All right. Two bodies intertwined, tangled in a mess of lust, seduction seeping out of her pores. His dark-haired infatuation slowly touches his red wine lips one last time. Phew. She sits on the front steps, wearing his old t-shirt, which drapes over her legs, wrapping her up in his scent. She watches the rain fall, slow and steady, as the t-shirt clings to her body like she clings to his sepia-toned memories, and his scent slowly washes away as the rain rolls down her body.
like the rain.
That was pretty good sound. That was pretty good rain sound.
Right?
Yeah. I like the name of your album, by the way. Timriff Echoes.
I was trying to paint a bad abstract painting of you while you played guitar at a tune, late afternoon in June, and the sun beat down on the blue walls, and you and I were burning, the paint splattered across the room, mixed in with the sweat on our bodies, our movement painted on the floor, our bodies sculpted into one another, and when we cooled down, we laid there, lazy in the haze of summer. Alright, that's all I got, because I'm camera shy.
Come on. Come on.
Well, you read, Liz.
Because I am.
I folded over some pages.
Did you? Is
No,
that
hold
what
that.
you did? You
I'll
give me
videotape
some little
you.
ears there? These guys?
Not the blue ones, but I folded some pages, and they should be Lily.
Oh, really?
So Lily is in this book too. I know she's one of the co-creators, stars of Hippie Fiasco, and she is all over this book. And the last book, she has some great pieces and things, and she's gonna read some now. Don't worry about what they are.
These are the best titles for your poems.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm
Not
gonna
mine.
end
These
us.
are your poems.
Well, no, I folded over some Mike Nordsey too, but
No,
what happened to the ones in the beginning? You didn't like those? What's this one? That's you. No,
Oh.
Lily.
Oh,
That's
this
you.
is a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. This is appropriate. This one's called Someone's Mother. In my mind there is an old woman of English descent. She is prude, washes her hands too much, powders her nose in noontime tea, throws bocce and yells at the dog. Has a sophisticated cigarette, sipping water and scotch in the evening. She is reserved and shy about falling in love and exposing herself. She is patient and delicate. She is properly inquisitive and simply delightful. In her soul there is a firefly, a butterfly, and a howling, an awakening hibernation, and intense nature stirring and swimming against the current and jaws behind cages. There is animal frustration. There is a reckless abandonment, and wide eyes blinking in nomadic starlight. There is throbbing. There is sex. There is heat lightning, and there is music. In her heart there is bleeding and beating and balancing in between. She is yearning and giving and wearing it on her sleeve under lock and key and holding your hand in eye contact and struggling upstairs and falling to pieces and breaking and mending and smiling at strangers and forgiveness and hope.
You had heat lightning, but no cloud lightning.
Somewhere else.
There are
That's
three
the
types
one
of lightning.
poem in the entire book that doesn't mention cloud lightning.
This one?
I think so.
It's heat lightning. Let's get the heat lightning coming on there. There's no clouds. It's just
Okay.
autumn.
Because there was a phase when everyone was writing poems about
Cloud
lightning.
lightning. It was fucking wild. We were driving through Iowa and there was just like, there was a tornado like on our trail. I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Oh, everyone's clapping for you. Oh, and a pal.
And yeah, no, seriously, like we ran a couple tornadoes on this trip. Just like leaving Virginia, there was a tornado like right down the road
Yeah.
from us.
Do you guys have it like queued up in your iPods, and as soon as the tornado hits, you go click, and it goes do 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 do.
Yeah, that's
You
funny.
should. You should. I'm just saying. The folks at home would appreciate that. They like irony.
But yeah, so lighting was just wild. I'm coming out of Iowa. These are all yours.
Michael's been following a tornado,
Mm.
someone said.
Alright.
You want me to read some? You can look through the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one I like of yours there. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
Alright.
You can,
I'm gonna have to
whatever you do, don't hit anything on the side. All those buttons on all the, like the screen on the side.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm not hitting. Yeah, I'm not hitting any of
Don't do
that. Okay.
How
Want
about
to
I
read something? Oh, you want to read?
Sad there. I'll read just somebody.
Yeah.
I'll read one of McNamara's, because I don't want to punch him in the face.
Don't we all?
But what else is new? Okay.
That was a good one.
Shit. Okay. All these black and white still show. This is from Frankie Brownstone, right? That's what we call him.
That guy.
Steve McNamara.
Boo.
All these black and white still shots of mid-20th century authors in their late 20s, always in their late 20s, always. Always sorry, always reclining in their late 20s. Help me confuse them with each other. Interchangeable, in black and white still shots under that exact haircut. And every one of them, their eyes seem to wrestle with the thought or the dream or some great American novel. Except Hemingway. He's always a mountain and a beast, with the little bits of madness, readable in his cheekbones, and unpressed shirt with his beard and cigarette smoke, and his drunk eyes without peace. Okay, find one, Maren.
I don't know if it might be in the other
Want me to read
book.
some?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm losing my voice, ladies and gentlemen. So, I like this shot.
Yeah, it's the one I like from the other one.
Alright, here's one of
You do
Liz's.
that, someone's gonna steal his identity. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
His identity is gonna go on the
Oh.
internet.
No, it's just the I'm just getting the are we having fun yet?
Okay.
What is this? Oh, that's cute. Oh,
Yeah.
it's alright. We don't mind this thing.
Internet's a long story, don't worry about it.
Alright. So here's one of my favorites of Lily's. It's called Make a Note. I want to be the strings of your guitar, tuned and beautiful and yours only, singing my heart as you glide your fingertips gently over me.
That's a good one. I like that one
It's really
too.
nice.
I like that one too.
Alright,
It's
let's
short.
ruin the moment now. Here we go. This is a regular in the Idiom magazine. A young gentleman named Mike Nordsey.
I love nerdy stuff, though.
Let's ruin the moment.
To ruin the moment. I don't know because McIntyre likes Mike Nordsey stuff. But when you're at a poetry reading and everyone's pretentious and fuckheads, sometimes you get back at them by reading a Mike Nordsey piece. So this one is called The Horse Porn Alien Abduction Connection. Because there is some connection between horse porn and alien abduction.
I saw that on a Fox special, right?
Yeah,
When
and
aliens-
History
when
Channel,
aliens
which
attack
makes it
horses.
true.
Right?
When animals attack or aliens.
When aliens attack horses.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is by Mike Nordsey. Horse porn to a horse must be kind of like an alien abduction to a human. Imagine you're a horse. Every day, horse life is all that you know. You eat some hay, you sleep standing up, you know the same old shit. Then one day, an aging fake blonde with aging fake tits is sucking on your horse prick. How do you explain that to your horse buddies at the stable the next day? They look at you like you were crazy, not unlike someone telling you about their alien abduction, which 99% of the time involves an anal probe. So either way, somebody's squirting something somewhere it don't belong. I guess the underlying theme of this is that in this life, whether you're an alien, you're a horse, or you're a human being, sometimes you fuck, and sometimes you get fucked. Literally and metaphorically. But most of the time, you just talk about it, and more often, no one cares.
Oh, damn.
And you gotta say it in that real, like, poetic voice, so you sound serious.
Right. It's a good one.
Yeah. I'm gonna do some of mine. You guys got some stuff, or?
I got a Joe McCall right here.
Ooh.
Alright, do a Joe McCall one.
God, he wrote one. I haven't been really able to post comments on because I've been using my phone so much, and not my It's hard for me to post comments like on my phone. But one
I
of
don't
the
think you can. on that
right,
phone.
You can.
right.
I can't.
If you can't, I can't do it because I don't have Flash or some bullshit.
Really?
I don't know. I have to enable.
Doesn't worry. Not important.
Right, and not important. But one of the ones he just posted, the one about his daughter or something, pretty recent one. His son, right? Or
He has a son,
Yes.
but he might have been
no,
writing a poem about a daughter. I don't
no,
know.
his
I think
son.
I remember when he posted like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
I can't remember what it was about, but yeah.
It's
I
about his
remember-
son. It's like it's pretty much the basis. It's like the only real thing is like, it was like what I want to tell my son when he grows up or something. It's a really good one. But anyway, you could read whatever you want.
You don't want
I
to
wasn't suggesting that. I was just
Look for
I
Joe.
was just openly commenting on it because I didn't get to comment on his posts and writing and
So you did a video comment. All right.
just video commenting. Joe McCall, woo!
Alright. So, alright, we're gonna read a Joe McCall now. Maybe we'll read some more Joe McCall later. We'll
Yeah.
see what
I'm
happens.
gonna
on-
find it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one here that I have it open up to is called A Natural Orchestra for Storybook Beauty. She sits in her room listening to 45s as she stares out her window, watching raindrops touch down against the canvas of this desolate town. And the hopelessness begins to eat away and only leads to more loneliness and the boredom. The boredom spins around the records as she bobs her head to this single-room apartment, smoky and dimly lit, only by a single light bulb that hangs in solitude amongst the cloudy, gray, damp air. Even the dust begins to die in agony as the sounds of the rain hit against the window.
Rain on
Yes.
a window.
Alright, random page we're going to read. That's a long one. We're not going to read that one. How about this one? This is called This Is Potential by Theo Karpazowitz. This is probably the only poem. No?
No, that's fine.
Alright,
Go
this
for
is
it.
probably the only poem this person has in the entire idiom. So let's read this one. It's called This Is Potential. He came into the kitchen this dark winter, all alone. I waited for weeks in that house that held those traumas, but nobody came. This is the feeling that time is gone, the opposite of what might happen. Strength was shown to the dog in a wicker mug, and it got drunk. He roamed around the floor, breathing power, asking for pizzas. lifted me up and flung me by squatting to the ground. The dense, sick soul energy felt so simply, his true colors, reflecting me as a lone wolf. The same desire to own everything, especially those fucking sheep. He said I was famous. In the great hall of time and the space and the unknown, he uncrouched, left bidden on a children's bicycle, claiming in the electric void, this is potential.
Okay, I think I found the Joe McCall one. You like, so.
Joey
I'm gonna- Yeah. Even if it's not it, oh well.
You wanna
We're
read
getting
it?
another Joe McCall poem. Okay, it's me against the moon again. The human body contains something like 78% water. My son asked me the importance of the moon, and I explained the way the tides work. Gravity pulling at the earth, mountains holding on, humanity holding strong, but water giving way, pushed and pulled between sun and moon, between earth and stars. He asked what else is important about it, and I think of the moon, the way it pushes me and pulls me, because I'm made up of something like 78% water, so I must have an inner tide that urges all those particles left over from exploding nebulae and neutron stars to scatter every which way and return home like salmon do when it's time to die. But instead, I think a little further and tell him we might need it to find our way home. Should something happen to all of our streetlights and cars and flashlight batteries, I tell him it's important because it makes people, both children and adults, look up and ask questions, just like he's doing now, just like I do every night.
Yeah,
Now,
I like
I
that
want to say,
one.
if you want to comment on that poem or any other poem on the website, just go to walkingocean.com. The comments are open. Go there on your laptop, on your desktop. Go there if you have an internet-equipped television or refrigerator or rollerblade. Then you can go there from that too, and just feel free. Read the poems, comment on them, create a dialogue. This is not just a couple people speaking out into an empty void. We want to talk to you and we want to hear you back. And if you talk some shit, then my God,
Who's
we
gonna
will
give a shit
throw
back?
some mama jokes at you. If you want to get into some your mama jokes, then we will help you out. If that's what it comes to, it doesn't matter because those are poetry. It's all poetry is the point. So
Even the comments.
yes, even the comments are more poetry than half the poems.
There have been some intense arguments on Walking
I've
Dead.
had some super intense
Where like
arguments.
someone would like maybe bash one of us, and then like we all get into this intellectual literary theory
Right.
conversation out of nowhere, where we're like, I didn't even know we thought that way.
Right.
Just do it. Alright, I'm gonna read my favorite Joe
Get some-
McCall poem.
Gets intense there. Where the fuck is Joe McCall?
Where is he?
Yeah.
He's with his girlfriend. Love you, Joe McCall.
What?
Wait till
Is
you
his
see
girlfriend
my
the
penis.
Subsy Mug? Is he still working
No,
at the
he's
Subsy?
typing
You,
Mug.
Joe McCall. Protect
He's
you.
moving on. He owns a bookstore now. Go to
Yeah.
Joe McCall's bookstore.
Owns
when
a
you're in
bookstore?
Tom's River. Tom's River, New Jersey.
Trader Books and Framing.
Something like that.
On-
yeah. It's on,
on Hoover
Hoover
Avenue.
Ave in
Really?
Silverton, which is part of Tom's River. So
Yeah.
you can't miss it. It's the only bookstore in that little section of Silverton.
Nice.
There's a like bagel place in the plaza, some other stuff. So.
Sweet.
Alright,
Oh
here's
my
my
god,
favorite.
we gotta get bagels. I gotta get bagels.
Lately,
You're on the East Coast, man.
Yeah.
I know.
yeah,
Pork
bagels
roll.
everywhere.
I did that.
You
Got
did
that.
Okay.
Check.
Was that on the
Check,
internet?
check, yeah.
Yeah.
Just checking shit off. And to fill myself up with my delicious bread products and pork roll.
I know that you apparently. It's been a while since you've been on the East Coast. You haven't been to Bond Street Bar yet.
No.
Go there.
What?
Tell him. Give him like $10 and go. Give me whatever you
You
want
wanna
to
give
do
the
with pork
list?
roll for
I-
$10. These guys, he's like a master of pork roll. He makes pork roll fries, where he takes like blocks of pork roll, cuts them into French
I'll
fries,
take a little bit, and then you take
fries.
What?
Yes. It's not even rolling. It's not even pork
Why
roll.
didn't
it's
you
just
tell me
pork-
this when you guys were over there earlier? I would have
I
like.
assumed everyone knew.
Wait, what?
Pork roll fries.
Oh, did you try that?
I've not tried, but I've seen them.
I haven't seen them.
I'm not man enough to try pork roll.
I would try that.
Yeah.
On the street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't on the special night, but if you ask, they'll make it.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Next
Do you
time.
just go and like anything? Just make me a pork roll margarita.
Anything?
Yeah, I think he would. This guy is like an artist, and his medium is pork roll. This guy, well, he was the bartender.
Oh, I
the guy
love
who's
it.
usually like the cook and does all
Oh,
the
he's
food
the one who
pork
makes
roll.
all the pork rolls?
Yeah, he was the
Okay.
bartender tonight. But I'm sure he would have, if you explained to him that, hey, you're on the internet and you need to do something awesome with pork roll because the internet wants to see it.
Right.
Yeah,
then,
he'd come up with
he would do
little
it. He would do it.
Sweet. You hear that, Percy Boyd?
Who?
I'm Percy Boyd is Nathan's pen name.
I peed my pants. I don't know if you want to see this. Alright, I didn't pee it, but I dribbled a lot.
And that's Mark being creepy.
Yeah, Mark is the epitome of creepy. He really is.
Because of the beard. Which is new.
Yeah, that's not because of the beard. It's really just not because of the beard.
Joe McCall, Untitled. Lately, I'm wanting to be a Sorry, Joe McCall. Lately, I'm wanting to be a speck on the horizon, leaving all of you in the dust, kicked up from dirty boots. But the thing about horizons is that no matter how far you go, there always is one. You're always right here, right now. You're always right here, right now. You're always right here, right now. You're never the speck, and you're never the horizon. You're more like the dust kicked up from dirty boots.
Ew.
Alright, I'm gonna do some of mine. That's a nice little sigh. No, these are mine.
Alright, well, he's looking that up. I got one I want to read. This one is.
This
one's by
chair
Mad
is
Hatter.
perfect for me right now.
This is by the Mad Hatter. And this is called That's Not Science at All, Amy. You can live on cigarettes, beer, and intentions. I've proven that already. But I think that this is just a theory. That you can live on love alone. You can live and survive on unrequited love alone. So now when things seem bleakest, I can become a scientist again, and I can prove a practice. I believe.
Yeah. What's she up to?
Who knows?
She has a 9-to-5 job, and she's
Working
dating
9
some
to
guy
5.
Mike who works at the Ark. And yeah.
Sounds great.
Oh, here's a
She should return my phone calls. Actually, I didn't
Sorry,
call her.
she doesn't
I didn't call
return
her.
any of our
I didn't
phone
call her.
calls.
I didn't
Not
call
mine
her.
I've been trying telling her
I
she's famous.
Facebooked her. I
Nothing.
didn't call her.
It's alright. She
But-
doesn't return our calls.
Can I go
we
back to the
ran
pork
into
roll
her.
Return our calls, Amy.
We ran into her. That's the only reason
I
why.
guarantee that she's not watching Hippie Fiasco right now.
Yeah.
No.
Whatever
Do you think
she's
she's at
doing.
the Ark though?
She ain't
Most
out there.
likely.
Karaoke night, isn't it?
They still do that?
I don't
know.
11:55.
Alright.
I thought about
If
just.
you're in the area of the Ark in Point Pleasant,
Go
go
with
Go
ask
there.
for the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Just holler around. Hey, Mad Hatter! She'll answer.
Yeah.
Poker's just gonna talk.
Alright, so this is going back to that pork roll thing. And if you're not from Jersey, you think pork roll is ham or some kind of pork product. But it's actually not, it's made from this. So. Seagulls for lunch. Seagulls for lunch, not so appetizing in their taste or your diet. I'm not speaking firsthand, but it's an educated guess without ever seeing a dead seagull or one preferred for dinner. It's safe to assume that when you eat garbage, you will taste of it too. So, pork roll made of seagulls. It's a legend, not a myth. That might confuse.
Cow in here?
Alright, well, I'll read one of yours.
Okay.
There's an Amy Dwyer one I really want to read, but I can't find it yet, so I don't know. It's from, I guess this is the latest idiom, or one
Second
of
to
the-
last issue.
Yeah, alright. Left unfinished on purpose.
Wait, hold on. Before you read, there's something that I've been wanting to.
Okay. Do not.
No, you can read it. It's just this last line here.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just-
Yeah, let's point out that Joe Frege is in the book. I'm gonna put that. Are
I
you
thought you said
Facebook
you
friends
didn't
with
put
him?
them in there.
No, I
You
did. He
no.
said that I didn't put him in there.
Oh. Okay.
What page is that? Around 100?
It's actually 115.
Where's Joe Frege?
Dead, I hope.
Oh, God, you.
You can't mean that.
I didn't mean
I
that.
let Joe
I could
Frege.
say that, but I didn't mean that.
He actually contacted me, which was awesome. He was like, "What are you up to?" I'm like, "Hippie fiasco."
I'm tooling around. I'm Joe Frege. I'm a tool.
Stop it. Stop it.
Chasing
This is how we love each
with
other,
weed,
ladies and gentlemen.
Ashes with sand, a rattlesnake sleeping on a bed of nails, looking for some form of home. Leaving well enough alone, thinking I'm already gone, on a chain of cigarette smoke, pulled out an open window, running from devils, nipping at my ankles. The night like a nightmare caught you in a deep stare. And we end in a beginning, the only one left dreaming. You brought it back to me without even knowing. It's a wind chime, a whistle blowing, a stopwatch, time slowing, just enough to catch your eyes with mine. Plodding from the back seat, fingering strings, leaning into me, high on traveling, wild, restless, confessionless. Your light touch leaves miles between us.
Alright, this
Thank
next
you,
one,
Aaron.
I'm going to dedicate to probably the only person who might be watching that I know, and that's Jen Hughes. She's been commenting on Facebook about this.
Aww.
This one's for her. It's called Googling someone's name is perhaps the most romantic thing to do as shown through a poem by Joe McCall. Jen Hughes, when I Google your name, a Twitter from you to me comes up. To meet at the diner at 5:45. I don't know where we were going, to Philadelphia for some cheesesteaks, a beach to see constellations, have a casual conversation over coffee. But I was probably late as you waited in your car, and our conversation was awkward because my getting to know you part of any relationship takes a lot longer than most. So there's that one.
Aww.
And then I got one more. And then you got stuff?
I got some Josh Fink over here.
Alright, nice.
Ooh.
So this one's
That
called,
really fast.
I'll give you the book after this so
Okay.
you can read from that. So. The Catholic in me loves the sacrifice in you. The Catholic in me loves the sacrifice in you, all the rides you give your cousin in a car that can't travel in warm weather, the fries you give away at diners, bought with change used for toll booths and expensive video games for your brother, which may or may not have zombies. I give my stuff away too, and eventually I see us both in an empty room with nothing left to give to anyone, and we're not bored and we're not meditating, and people don't come looking for us or needing anything else, because we have nothing left to give. We won't know what to do with ourselves. We'll be anxious and out of place, and though we claim to be absurd now, we'll really know what it's like then. There you go, Aaron.
There you go. Alright. This here is by a gentleman by the name of Joshua Fink.
Do you-
It is untitled.
Will you talk a little bit about Josh? How
Can
you?
I talk a little bit about Josh Fink?
You can talk a lot about it.
Will you tell? Yeah, about Josh. How?
Josh Fink's the kind of guy who, when he gets a glass of whiskey in his hand, he's got to straighten out his elbow a little bit, and he's got to take it, and he's got to go straight back. Just
Yeah.
That's Josh Fink
good.
right
Yeah.
That was good. That's Josh Fink. He's got all his poems memorized, right? They're all
not all of
most
them.
of them, right?
He keeps these kind of poetry separate. He has his spoken word pieces that he does as one man shows, like short little one man shows. They're memorized and they're full of action and they're
Intense.
poetry. They're very intense. They're poetry in the sense that there's meter and there's rhyme, but there's also like a bit of drama to him. Like he is getting into character and he is performing these pieces. On the other hand, he also will write poems that he specifically will designate as I'm reading these poems, and he will bring them along and he will read them off the page, and not that they're not intense, because they are in a sense, but it is a different sort of scene. They are something that is a written word that is being translated into spoken, whereas the other one is pure spoken, verbal, cerebral cortex, kind of blurted out of the mouth, intense, subconscious, Freudian stream. You got the point.
Yeah.
So what we're doing here, these here are all of the second sort. These are all that he has written down, and they're meant to be read, I think, in the language as you read them, and then you can interpret them as you will. And he will read them aloud, but it is not in the same sense as the ones that he will do. That is, they are never written down, and that they are only existing in that moment that he is performing them, and after that they are gone. They are just a memory. So Josh Fink, if you ever see him walking down the street, he might pull out a piece of paper, he might say something like this, untitled. It's all the same in the rain, it's all instant copy. Total deja vu, lights glisten for the fog. To find itself, how else is a fog to find itself in all this fog? Or he might say something like this, on Scott Street. Intense, as she walks shouting behind her, waving her left hand, conducting a sidewalk ghetto symphony, her high heels sound monstrous, ready to shatter the concrete with her swift power steps, trampling childhood, trampling innocence. I think she's some kind of Spanish, though it's dark. So I take hints from her motion, her choice of words, bilingual catty exclamation. I'm in the background, hoping she stays so bold, hoping it never breaks her, as her heels echo from the dark and she's found something better.
Josh.
Alright, I found
She found.
my favorite Amy Dwyer poem. Well, one of my favorites. Okay. I was reclining on the love seat in the library in the sun, not thinking about anything and feeling the time standing still. But time started back up again when I started to think of why sloth is considered by some a sin, and why some think time is an enemy. But I know time is just a dimension above me. In that dimension, there is a multitude of me's that exist on offshoots of moments. If you think of moments like points along the line, or rather, more like points along the lines making up some kind of crazy time ball. I like to imagine that mine is shaped like a sea urchin. Now I recognize that those branches are influenced by choice, chance, and transaction. So somewhere, sometime, somehow, in transaction, I picked up some quantum physics, and that subatomic particles, the ones that make up my world, are collapsed from waves of probability, and that's done by the mere act of observation. So now, by my foolish thinking, I realize that I'm collapsing in intermediate waves of my probable futures. And it bums me out. But it really was something else when time stood still.
Alright, Lulu. Another page of your stuff, but I'm going to read my favorite piece from this book.
And then we'll have you read, if you like these pages that I picked of yours. So this is by a girl, Alicia Borrachino. I went to Stockton with her. And this is her poem, Hydrate. I went to the beach, but the ocean was gone. According to headlines, all water has left the planet. Scientists are hard at work trying to locate it. In the meantime, I am thirsty. So are my neighbors. We band together, build a bow and arrow as big as our city. At night, we shoot down comets, which land like wounded hearts in our yards. We mine the comets for ice. We do this until scientists declare comets are endangered. That's my favorite piece from this book.
That's good.
Here, let's turn this camera around. Let's see. We can do some of these. I don't know. There's one on the next page after this too. What do you think of those?
I don't want to read this one.
Okay. What about the?
I don't like that one.
What about that one? That's good. All right. No?
This is a good one.
Yeah, I like that
Jack.
one. I like Jack. Jack's a
It's
friend of
actually
mine.
my friend Jack. You know how Steve sometimes says Jack Kerouac and his poems. I love friend Jack. This is actually a friend of mine who I talk to sometimes. Jack. His name is actually Greg. And I don't know why we call him Jack. I think because there were two Gregs. And
I guess.
You know, I have a friend Mike that I call Joey.
do you?
Yeah, because we had too many mics, and we were like, we'll just call you Joey, like
Right.
Joey 2 times. So.
You know, it works, yeah.
So you named it after an Animaniacs episode?
No, it's from a Goodfellas reference. Johnny 2 times. Yeah, I'm gonna get the papers. But he's Joey 2 times.
Okay, I guess I just remember the Good Feathers.
Oh yeah.
Kind of joke about that. Listen, I mean Scorsese's okay, but really.
Warner Brothers, Animaniacs.
Those guys were.
I have their DVD on Netflix right now, actually. It's kind of funny.
How is there not? There's no first volume of the Indian book. In
Thank
the
God.
apartment.
I don't know why there isn't.
Why does that happen?
There's got to be one somewhere. Is that Keith? Oh, I thought Keith walked in.
No, I was trying to.
I'll go look in Keith's room right after this.
Yeah, because the one I want to read.
Here, you record the rabbit. I'm gonna go look in
Okay.
Keith's room.
Okay.
All right.
This is called
We're all better off for that.
Jack Again in the Lower Haight. Jack, you are here in this dark bar with me, while the dead spin around us in ghostly wisps of memory. And we are drinking wine, you and I, and the hardwood echoes, while 4 generations of hippies tango tulips and daisy chains. And Jack, you are here, whispering in my ear about moving and shaking in all the ways. Everything makes poetry, always. You are here.
Woo.
Woo!
That's a Sanford and something song.
That's what I thought you were saying.
It's a great song.
There's a different one. I don't know.
It's very close.
Do 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 do.
Yeah. No, this is more like when things are running in cartoons but not going anywhere, like the carpet's
Oh, yakety sax. Alright, while she's looking, I'm gonna read some Craig Voss.
Okay.
Yeah, Craig in there.
Alright.
Having another baby, I know about that.
This one is
He also
untitled.
fixed our car. I called him in the middle of the night.
He's fixed my car so many times.
Camera over to the left.
Okay.
But he helped us fix our car. I don't know, when we were on this trip, he called him up oh my god, this is what the car's doing. We just started this 4-month fucking trip. What do we do? And he was like, alright, well, what you gotta do is you gotta get some fuel injection stuff and go jiggle some wires. Just get under that hood and jiggle all those wires. There's gotta be a loose wire somewhere. So we did it. We got under that hood and jiggled some wires, and then Nathan wrote a song.
Alright.
Yep.
Speaking of songs. This is not what I was looking for.
Hey.
Oh, this is it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right?
This is good. The falling and the
Benny Hill music?
bumping into each other. Oh my god.
Alright, somebody, I don't want to hold this anymore.
Oh, alright.
Who's reading?
I am. Alright. This is by Craig Voss. Left town, one cigarette and whiskey belly southbound. Tomorrow's indecision breaks apart the mundane skyline. Can't find an open window, so I'll be sleeping on my feet again. Prosthetic happiness and poems about the wasted kind. Don't seem to mind a downfall. Tragic smiles, plastic memories. Got a foot indoors. At least you can't take what I will not give. The glass that stretches on for miles without imperfection. It lies to you in kind, dear friend. There's nothing left to do but burn the skies. Oh, we're looking at one more by Craig Voss. Memories of an Intangible Man. I'd be lying if I said I didn't scour the old haunts for a glimpse of a ghost from a time well wasted. Still, I'm lying when I say that I've had better. One Tuesday, 1,000 miles west of the mill. Take it, darling, I'm not a good man. Take it easy and get all that you can. Looking for flashes of an almost concern in the fog and the eyes, always deceptive. So, watch it lick the night sky. Watch them build over memories. I'll not be the one to regret the little things. Build a wall and I'll spray paint my name in the cracks. I'm not a good man, but I'm damn good at it.
Woo! Craig Voss.
Craig Voss.
Now, Craig Voss actually has a novella that he sent me, an 80-page book, and
Sorry, go ahead.
the Idiom editors, me, Chris, and my brother Keith, this is his high school diploma. We will be editing that book and putting it out on
His identity is now stolen.
Piscataway House Publications, but we're looking at it right now, and we actually enjoy it a lot, in case Craig is watching. He tweets us every day, I think, asking, have you read anything, do you like it? And we do like it, but we're just getting through it, and
Sure.
we'll
I finished
definitely
it last
make
night,
it.
actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice,
it's good.
nice.
I think he just gave that. He was just in San Francisco. And
Yeah.
I saw him say something I guess on Facebook that he forced City Lights to take his.
Yeah, he went to City Lights and insisted they take his book. He doesn't care what they did with it, but just take it from his hands.
Right.
And then he walked away.
It's interesting. I guess you go downstairs for that, but there's a bookstore and publishing is upstairs, you know. So I don't know, like, you have to like go into.
I guess it's the kind of thing where you assume that they'll pass it along.
Lawrence Ferlinghetti's still alive, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how much
I mean,
involved in the bid.
Yeah, I don't know how with it he is, but
Lawrence, we love you.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, he still does reading. Still read around San Francisco.
Yeah, but
I may still be up there. I used to live right across the street from City Light Books.
yeah,
Pretty cool.
you got something to read?
it's a nice spot.
I got some of Steve's poems pulled up here.
I collapsed.
Go for it.
City Lights?
Yeah, I was having a heart attack.
Those are just pretty intense, that building.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty kind of creepy in there.
But I mean, if you're gonna go, you might as well do it in the upstairs. They have the beat section.
Right, right.
Yeah.
They've got a bunch of really cool, like, little, like, poets I've never heard of, just, like, little, like, zines, just a little tiny.
Yeah. None of our stuff's there.
Yeah, like
Publisher.
where's the idiom?
We're bigger than City Lights. We're Piscataway House Publications.
I like that.
Did you see my tattoo?
No.
You read your poem and then I'll show you the Piscataway House Publications tattoo. You can get for $30 from Chris Strangebrew, traveling tattoo artist.
Yeah.
So he only
You can't-
charged you $30 for that?
I think, but I tipped him like $100.
Can you do hippie fiasco tattoos for us?
Yeah.
We want hippie fiasco.
He's down in North Carolina, Greenville, North Carolina. Or is that South Carolina?
Oh, really?
Greensboro,
It's
North Carolina. Yeah.
If that's what you're talking.
Yeah. I can't guarantee a $30 tattoo, but if he travels to your house, he
I can't guarantee. it's
takes
the
off
right
the
kind.
price of you know.
Yeah.
He just charges you for the ink and whatever he uses. So. But then you tip him good. That's how he makes his money. Yeah.
Alright, because I want another one. I want, like,
I'll let him know next time he's in Jersey.
don't, like,
He was really good.
Okay. I'm gonna read one of Steve's.
Enough of that tattoo shenanigans.
I know the names of the ways I feel, like spirits conjured by firelight. I've studied my palms with strange eyes and the halos of lamplight. Every crevice, every line, all their predictions. I know the dirt under the nail beds intimately. I can understand the failures of the mirror. And the resonance of all things hollow are hollowed. And sometimes I can sing like that, and sometimes I wish I could sing like that. All I can do is come, and all I can do. Okay. This one's called Mark's Right Sometimes.
This is my favorite, my second favorite poem in the book.
Not true then.
No.
You're
It's
never
all
right.
lies.
I want poetry to stop being so honest and start being a little beautiful. I need it to be like my memory of women, forgetting love handles and bad manners, and remembering perfect 6 a.m. light falling heavy and holy on the parabolic curves of a naked torso. I need it to be like children, angelic when it cries. I need it to hold every strong emotion and scent with force at sunrise and prayer. I have sunrise and prayer. Sorry.
Mark.
That's smart. Sometimes he's right.
Sometimes I'm right.
Lies.
No.
Oh, someone said they love that one. Lemon Shade? Do you know Lemon Shade?
I'm gonna read one more, Steve. This is a good one. I like to talk about bridges, and I like bridges.
Who doesn't like bridges?
We live days between bridges, with their span and their steel, and the way they sit on horizons ahead and behind. We live days between bridges, thinking of waters they've crossed, turbulent and rushing and stinging cold to the bone. We live days between bridges, in their shadows, listening to waters below with our choices.
You got some stuff, Annabelle?
I'm looking for things.
Do a random page, Liz. Just pick a random page. Don't even think. Ready? And stop!
Go get
Oh,
it.
stop.
I'm feeling too much about it. Oh, okay, this is cool. We haven't. This is, Mike Rice. Okay.
Just do it.
Mike.
Just do it. No, I don't know what he's saying either. Just do it.
That whole random thing didn't work out,
this
did it?
is the back of the page. This one's good. I like this one. It's called Harvest. I'm courting with a hooker. Ain't that a shame? She's given me these things I need to get past making the cut. I got a number that I need to get it through. I got a number I need to get down from here. I've been paying my way in small stolen change. I'm a desperate man. I've got a desperate plan. I'm warning you. You gotta give me that liquor in your veins. I know it's laced with hallucinogens. It's got all your nightmares written down and categorized according to what level it'll leave you in hell. Well, when I feel I'm getting free, I'll be on the floor, writhing on my stomach like a forming moon. When I feel I'm turning, I'll be in your arms, with nowhere to hide. Just leave me in the sun. I'll flush my skin down the rocks, and you'll see what I mean when I say I fear I've caught the stocks. When I say I fear I've caught the stocks. I don't need these legs. They're made for running. I'm not crowded anymore. I'm not a coward anymore, as long as I keep cutting the stalks from growing into the face of the moon. We will have harvest. I really know. Good. Mike writes songs.
They're good words, though.
They are good words.
All right. Who's next?
Okay.
Alright.
Chris McIntyre. Is this one of yours?
This one is written by some first grade class that Jackie Jones taught for a day. And it's called Quotes from Some First Grade Class about the groundhog turned into a poem. Liz, the people watching at home, do they understand? Has this been explained?
No, I need somebody to. I need you.
Okay.
Do you want to explain? Go.
I need either you or Steve.
So every year or so, there's one spot in America where the entire national uncertainty is washed away, where the angst and the pain that comes with being an American in the 21st century is alleviated, and you are lost in a field of mythic America proportion, taking you into the deep woods for a magical moment where at the crack of dawn, 15 men in top hats and tuxedos drag a rat out of a stump on a stage on a hill about a mile outside of some godforsaken town in Pennsylvania where Punxsutawney Phil prognosticates the weather for the next 6 weeks. And for that time, for those 6 weeks, you understand, you know that the weather is going to be either 6 more weeks of winter or that spring will be right around the corner. And that is the one moment of certainty that you have in your life, shuffling around day to day, trying to go to the supermarket, trying to make your way to the bus every day. Everything is up in the air except for that one moment where, as the sun peaks above the horizon and the Superman theme song fades into nothingness, and the protector and his handler pull Phil out of the hole, and they talk to him in groundhogese, and he explains to them what the prognostication for the next 6 weeks is going to be. That is the moment that you understand that certainty is elusive, and that you must live every moment like it is ethereal, it is in the wind. So this here is the way that first graders understand that. My job is to do the weather. My job is to predict the weather. I am very furry, trust me. I have spikes. It's not true, Phil, it's not have spikes. I have spikes. And then I went out and I saw a big blue monster. What a confusing animal, I said to myself. It is called a shadow. He said, yes. I said, is it scary? He said, no. I never see my shadow because I have tiny eyes. If I were Punxsy Phil, I would never go to Gobbler's Knob. I would take a bath in all of the rooms. I would put the bubbles in the bathtub. I would get them from ShopRite, and they would be the grape kind. All of the people will say I have a great shadow. My shadow will be purple and blue and red and pink and brown. They will be like that because of the bubbles. I used to live in California. I was famous. I got to work at the groundhog store. I went to Pennsylvania because my mom told me so. So I went. I slept along with the other groundhogs. So along came my friend the snail. Snail yelled down my hole, wake up. My friends ask, what is the weather? I say, not now. I'll sleep late to 9:15. Everybody says Phil. Phil.
Phil. Phil. Phil. Phil. Phil. Phil. Phil. Phil.
I saw no shadow. I will be happy. I said no shadow. Everyone cheered. I woke up for nothing. I'm going to be sick next year. My job is to predict the weather. My job is to do the weather.
Woo! Alright, so Liz, some guy, or some person, the real Celeste, asked when you were going to get there or something, and then she's going to get pizza.
Should we go get pizza?
I'm not going to get pizza.
Silas!
Who's the
Are you
real
in
Silas?
Jersey? Silas, are you
I
in
think you said
Jersey?
he was going to sleep.
I'll get pizza from you at Delfest. Yeah, sure. I will get pizza from you at Delfest. Mark, will you talk a little bit about Punxsutawney and how many years you've been going? And okay, let's have a little. Do none of you guys smoke cigarettes anymore, do you?
I told her.
Okay. Let's go outside and smoke a cigarette. And can we have a little discussion about Punxsutawney for a minute? Because Mac, although you did a very good job, I don't know
There's something
if
that
anyone had any idea what you were talking about. I know. I want a little history. I want like backstory. I want everyone to know how many years you've been doing this. Oh, look at Look at this guy. Oh, Percy, you're still with us. Thanks for sticking it out. Look at these guys. Shredding.
I wish it was before 10, my brother. Maybe we can get more whiskey.
Well, you're
Tell
sure.
him to go to Monmouth Beach.
You can't buy whiskey after 10.
It's
Just beer.
beer.
Boo, beer.
There's
It's the
wine.
law.
There's a jug one.
Move on.
I like jugs.
Okay. Maybe let's talk about Phil for a minute. Let's talk about Mac.
Talk about Phil.
How many years have you been going to see Punxsutawney Phil
I'm not gonna lie.
predict
Mayor,
the groundhog? I mean, predict the weather.
You owe me a pack of cigarettes.
Hey, I try to buy you certificate.
That's true.
Alright.
Okay.
So,
Do you want cigarettes?
I kind of lost count at this
What?
point.
I just want to hit off your cigarette.
Jackie Jones thinks it's 13, and Jackie Jones would not lie about these sort of things. I'm going to say for the last 13 years, I've gone to see Punxsutawney Phil, prognosticated the weather every year for February 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So, Punxsutawney growing up was.
Do you remember the
sort
first?
of
What was the first year you went? Do you remember? The
99.
99.
1999.
So, every year since 1999,
No.
Chris has been going to see.
Can I say a
How many people were there? How many people did you go with the first year?
Say your name?
There was 3 of us, including me.
Now, how many people?
I mean, plus, 30,000 of our closest friends at the knob.
Oh, right.
But 3 of us drove out there. Now, the thing about the first year is that...
Because anyone on the
we were-
knob's your friend, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
The thing about the first year is that we didn't know anyone who had gone before, so we were under the impression that it was a 5-day festival. We went out there a week early. We spent a week in that town waiting for this rat to pop out of a hole. The locals,
Proud of your achievement.
some of them welcomed us. Some of them took the acid that we had in exchange for food. 'Cause we didn't bring money. We just brought like a boatload of acid. And some of them did not like us being there, and they threatened to call the cops when we showed up at the high school Phil rally, which we were invited to by the protector's daughter.
Who's the protector?
I don't remember his name.
No, I mean,
I
but
just-
what does he do?
Okay, so when you get to Punxsutawney, you understand that there's a town that's not run by the normal process of a mayor and perhaps a city council. It's run by a group of 15 or so gentlemen in top hats, and they're all gentlemen. They all wear top hats, and they are called the Inner Circle, and they run this town inside out. And there may be a mayor, there may be a town council, but the Inner Circle is a group of local business leaders who is a self-selected organization who basically make all the main decisions in the town, because the only income that the town has is the Groundhog's Day festival. They really have very little else going on there economically. So
Or anything it all revolves around
right,
that.
everything revolves around Phil
And pancakes.
Right. So when we got there, we met this girl who was the daughter of one of the Inner Circle members. He was Phil's protector at the time. I can't remember his name. So she invited us to the high school
Alright, whatever.
kind of Phil celebration, which we were not allowed into. They didn't want our kind in that town at that point. At this point, they probably wanted less there. If you go there, to Punxsutawney and you mention the word Jersey, they know who you're talking about, and you'll get one of two reactions. Either they'll ask you to leave their establishment very politely but very forcefully, or they will crowd around you and go, oh, you know Jersey? You're with them? And you'll get treated like a king. You will be treated like a royal, because we,
That's very true.
after the last 13 or so years,
People brag like,
we've made an impression, I think, on that town. We've gone there and we've made a point of trying to ingratiate ourselves with the locals. We want to be as much a part of this whole thing as anyone else. This is not a spectator sport. We want to be a part of it.
Definitely not.
Right.
And so how many people? What's the highest amount of people that you've gotten to come to Punxsutawney on your request?
Now I've never taken a head count per se. Every year we estimate, we guesstimate. Oh, we've had this many cars come, and I think each car has had this many people in it. I would say on the top year we had about 75 people just in our group come out.
And this is getting people to drive into the middle of fucking nowhere,
Now,
Pennsylvania, in
what we have
February.
in the middle of February. Now we've had people come with us. We lead a caravan out of the Ocean County, New Jersey Mall. It's about a 5-hour drive. But we also have people coming from upstate New York. We have people coming from the Washington, D.C. area. We've had people fly in from out of state.
Me, hello, hello.
And also Matt Fisher. That have had
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
That have had to be picked up at Pittsburgh. Right? You were picked up at Pittsburgh. I forget when Matt Fisher was grabbed.
I was picked up not in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. We've had random people grabbed from Philadelphia because we got a call and said someone get to Philadelphia. Last year we had a guy. What was that guy's name that we didn't get? Oh man.
Red Rocket Soar.
Something like that.
Oh, goodness.
Red Rocket Soar through the night at gmail.com.
Yeah, that was all we knew. Was that was the only way to get in touch with him. This guy, his name was Red. Was it Red Robin?
Red Rocket.
Was it Rocket?
That's
I
kind
think
of...
it was Rocket.
We had a guy. All we had was his email address and that he worked at a comic book shop in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's all we know.
And we sent a team out to Philly, sending him emails through their iPhones. They were not able to get in touch with him, so we did miss him. But the number of people is not important. What's important is that the people who come.
okay, cool.
There's two kinds of people. There's those that have been there before and they understand what's happening and that they let themselves go. And then there's the rookies. And if you've never been to Punxsutawney before, you expect to be able to maintain control. If you imagine your normal life, every day you have some semblance of control. You may not like going to work, but you can control how you get there and when you get there to a point. But when you get to Punxsutawney, you have to be able to give that up. You have to be able to accept that there is no element of control anymore and that you are just a part of a river that is rushing downhill. You are part of rainwater melting off of the Rockies and flowing towards the ocean, and to the ocean you will go, and you will find the lowest points on your way there, and there really is there's no kind of way around that. You can't pull yourself back up the mountain. Gravity just doesn't work that way. And Phil has an element of nature.
God damn that gravity.
He's a lot like gravity. So those who are not accustomed to giving in, you see a moment of fear in their eyes. You see that they don't understand exactly why they're being dragged into a haunted house at 3 o'clock in the morning, and after they've been fed cheap tequila and Mad Dog for the past 8 hours, and they haven't slept, and all they've been given to eat are McDonald's dollar menu items, and they
And it's fucking
It's so much better than
12 below.
yeah, it's 12 below,
Right.
and they're You know, their fingers aren't working anymore, and that's one of the things that you do expect to be able to control. But when you've been out in the cold and it's, you know, 4 degrees and you've been evading the police because you're just dragging bottles of whiskey around town with you and trying not to get caught, and trying to hold them out in the cold air of the middle of Pennsylvania in February, your fingers decide that they're on their own path, and you have to be able to accept that you can't all be on the same path.
And what happens sometimes to some of the and you know, it happens to us all. It happens to the rookies and it happens to the veterans. We just snap, right? It's kind of.
Mark, tell them about your story in Punxsutawney Phil.
Listen, there's a breaking point for every human being when you haven't slept for over 40 hours. There's a breaking point when you haven't had food and you've only been drinking whiskey or beers or whatever you've been drinking at Cookies Caboose for the past 10 hours. And you don't even realize that time has gone that far. Then all of a sudden we're like, oh, now we have to go to the cars and put on real clothes and go out to the knob and see Groundhog predict the weather. And at that point you realize, we're not getting a hotel tonight. We're going on a bus to see Groundhog predict the weather. And then you and 50 of your friends go on a bus. Sometimes you and 50 of your friends go out on a bus, and you make it to the knob. And at that point, you still realize that you haven't eaten and you're still drunk. And sometimes something happens where you snap, and all rationale has left your being, and there's really nothing left to do but dance. So you're out on the knob, the groundhog's going to predict the weather, there's music playing, and you dance. Sometimes you get into a Yo Mama off with Chris McIntyre or with Keith Baird. Sometimes you roam the town aimlessly. Sometimes you're a lawyer and you're just rocking back and forth in front of the fire in 12-degree weather, and then you leave before the groundhog even predicts the weather. Sometimes you're Joe Frega and life just sucks. But either way, you
Sometimes
snap.
you don't even see the groundhog predict the
Sometimes
weather
you don't
because
even
you're
see
in
the
jail.
groundhog. That might happen too if you're Josh Fink or something like that. You might not even see the groundhog predict the weather and you'll be thrown in jail. But he has been in 2 out of the 3 jail cells in Punxsutawney, which is amazing. And then you snap. It's great. I don't know, you can't describe it. I mean, what am I going to do? Tell you what drugs are like? No. You just snap. You don't know until you're there, and then you think, I'm snapping right now, and there's nothing I can do to control this.
There are 2
and your
things.
body is just moving, and you're doing things that you never thought you could do before.
I feel like snaps are retroactive. Like, you don't really know that you're snapping
Yeah.
at the time. It's later when you
don't.
look back and you go,
Oh,
I did
yeah.
that? I had no control over my action. I can't believe I did that.
Can I talk about my favorite snap, actually?
Yeah, please.
Alright, my favorite snap, I think it was Lisa, maybe, where we were at the hotel the next day, and we were in the bar partying,
Oh, the
and,
elevator.
yeah,
The best,
so
yeah.
Lisa was at the top floor of the hotel, and she went to go to the elevator to come down to the bar where we were partying, because she was like, alright, I'm ready to party, I slept a little bit, saw the groundhog predict the weather, this is great. So she goes to the elevator, and she hits the button, and it's kind of like stuck between floors. And she can hear the guy who is inside the elevator, and he's like, hey, let me out, I'm stuck in here. And instead of getting help, and instead of going down the stairs to the rest of the party, Lisa goes, I can't handle this. Goes back to her hotel room, texts Jackie Jones and says, there's a man stuck in the elevator, I'm going to bed. So this man is stuck in his elevator, and instead of informing anyone, she just sends a simple text and goes, I can't handle this. And goes to sleep.
Snaps.
Leaves a man for dead.
Yeah, leaves a man
Yeah.
for dead. Meanwhile, the man in the elevator, when we finally get to him, we're asking, are you okay, to make sure everything's alright before we have to do anything. And he yells back, should I panic? And I think Steve was there and goes, no, you definitely should not panic right now.
Don't panic.
But that was a good question to ask. So he might have snapped while he was in
Yeah, that's his snap.
I believe this question was, what should I do? Should I stay calm? And the response was, Yes, stay calm. Yes, that's what you should do. You should stay calm.
Just needed to hear that word from somebody else.
Right. Because you can never be sure if it's time to stay calm. But if someone tells you that it is, then you can.
It's almost better that
use
way,
as
because
an
if you're
excuse.
asking, should I panic, you're kind of like, you know, I'm feeling anxious, I feel that I should be doing this. But if you're saying, should I stay calm? I'm going to continue staying calm.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm already doing it, right?
Yeah. It's like
One
an
way or the
elevator,
other.
but whatever.
And I believe that was Sandy.
Oh, Sandy,
That was
yeah. what's
Sandy.
the-
Sandy.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it was Lisa that found him. It was Sandy that told him to stay calm.
Oh, wow.
Internet, not that you know any of these people, but.
That's okay. That's okay.
Alright, we've done that.
You don't know any of these people either. So,
Now what do we do?
Puxatawny, Pennsylvania. If anybody wants to go to Puxatawny, Pennsylvania, you can get in touch with Mark or Chris via Walking English, and they will.
Can I just say, there's no need to get in touch with him. You may if you would like, but all you really have to do is show up at the Ocean County Mall in Toms River, New Jersey on February 1st at 10 a.m. and we'll get you in a car. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. We've never left a man behind in 13 years, and we're not going to start now. Ocean County Mall. Be there. 10 a.m. at February 1st. That's
There
all
we
you
go.
gotta do.
It's as easy
Stay in
as
touch
that.
or not. Oh, Applebee's entrance.
Applebee's.
Applebee's entrance.
Mike, do you want to play your guitar? You don't have to.
I guess it's on my guitar, but I can
You want to play that guitar? I've always loved Max beats. The Max.
Those are new, right?
Yeah, brand new.
They look brand spanking new. I was wondering about them, if you had gotten them new or if you'd just been resoling. What's your band's name, Mac?
Right now I'm playing with the Hip Shots. It doesn't sound anything like this.
You want to read more? You want to sing more? Do whatever you want.
I can't even get the singing tune.
This puppy gross on here.
I hope not.
Mark, do you want to play a song?
Yeah, Mark plays song.
Do you have two?
solo stuff? Do you do that yet?
Yeah, do us the song. Do it. I'm gonna sit.
I don't really know any of the words to my songs. Puppy grease, come on.
Yeah.
Give us something. Give the people what they want.
The people what they want. Live puppy grease. This is my band, Puppy Grease.
You want?
I'm a poet who uses another name. I'm obsessed with lying and acting some other way. These words that I write, they aren't even mine.
I love that.
You got wine?
Yeah.
Pass over the wine. Let's get some wine going.
Oh, it's been there. Well, it's been there.
I'm gonna take a sip of wine. And then I'll tell you another.
So that's how we do it in Jersey.
Yeah.
Straight from the bottle, ladies and gentlemen. There's no other way. We don't like dirty glasses. Actually, all the glasses are already dirty. Actually, they look pretty clean.
So I tried riding my bicycle from New Jersey to North Carolina. I made it to South Jersey and I puked in a bush. But that's what started this whole song thing that I do, so glad that I did.
I'm jealous of your puke.
You jealous of my puke?
Yeah.
It's outside of this little luncheonette that I don't think I will ever find again. It was in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by farms and horses. I had my bicycle all packed up with everything on it.
You were
everything.
stoked. You were well prepared,
I had
too.
everything. I rode my bike all around the lake just to see how long something like that would take. The entire trail was 5 miles long. A lot of people thought we were doing what's wrong when we talked about riding through some states to take us as far as a bike could take us to the trees and those leaves and anything that got in our way. I could have ridden my bike with you every day. I started out alone on this bike song. I used I instead of we. It's we. We didn't wear helmets anywhere we went, and if we fell off our bikes, I'd lit on the pavement. And if you clean up your mess, I'd clean up mine. Knew we'd never fall and that we'd both be fine. As we talked about riding through some states to take us as far as our bikes could take us to the trees and the leaves and anything that got in our way. I could have ridden my bike with you every day. At the end of one day, it began to get dark, and we had no light, and we lost our spark. But our bikes didn't work, and I thought I would cry. Bikes don't work, and I thought I would die. Now we don't talk about riding through some states, take us as far as our bikes could take us to the trees and those leaves, anything that got in our way. I could have ridden my bike with you every day. I could have ridden my bike with you every day. I could have ridden my bike with you every day.
Woo! I rode my bike today. Well, I rode my brother's bike today.
Yeah?
I haven't rode a bike in a long
I don't
time.
ride my bike anymore. It was sad. But I have this beard. That's like the same thing as riding a bike every
Right.
day.
Right. Beards are looking good, guys. You gearing up for Puxatawny?
To ride my bike out there. Did Will ever ride his motorcycle to Punxsutawney?
No.
No.
It's fucking cold, man.
It is cold. I would have a lot of respect for him though if he did. One day. I know he will. What else should I play?
Do a little puppy grease set for us. That's what's happening now.
Puppy Grease tomorrow night at the Brighton Bar if you're in Jersey. I'll be playing.
We're in Jersey.
In Long Branch, New Jersey, where we are right now actually, right up the street.
Woo!
Brighton Bar. What other Puppy Grease songs there? See, it's hard. Alright, listen. When I play music, I use a music stand. I have all my music there because I can't memorize shit. I guess I smoked a lot of pot growing up. So it's hard for me to do it. So sometimes I just repeat choruses if you hear me playing now. Alright. This is one of my pictures. I'm going to do the rabbit one, alright?
Okay.
It's about the rabbit.
Everybody calls me Bunny.
Yeah, I don't know
Alright,
any kind of who
California.
Liz is.
Yeah, that's true. They don't know who Liz is.
I don't really know who Liz is.
We'll go back to poetry after this. Do you guys want to keep reading poetry? That's what our
We
real
could
thing
read,
is.
yeah, let's
It's
read,
just a bit.
we'll read a little bit more.
When I met you, you were dressed like a rabbit, and I always seem to have this unhealthy habit of falling for every girl I ever met. And my girlfriend at the time couldn't understand why I like you so much. I think it's the way that you rhymed all the words in your poems without making them sound too bad. By the first idiom book, that's where those poems are. That don't rhyme very good, so are great. Late at night, you went out to all the bars, and I was pretty lazy, never traveled very far, and I think that's why it never worked out right for us. Until the song gets to you from someone page, yeah, it's true, it's the only way that I can say, is that I've got to say without looking in your eyes, or seeing you face to face. Rather, why'd you have to run so far away? Rather, why'd you have to run so far away? There was a time in Salem when we took all that acid and you would come out from under the hotel mattress. When you decided to move out west. Until when you took all that acid and you would come out from under the hotel mattress, and I think that's when you decided to move out west. And you've been there a while, and I visited once, and the visit was nice, and we both got real drunk, but I still slept in the airport that night with my brother Keith. And you hung out with hippies and you go to all the festivals, and all the girls I like to think that you were the best of them, and that's something that you'll probably never know until the song gets to you from some page. Yeah, it's true, it's the only way that I can say is that I've got to say, looking in your eyes or seeing you face to face. Rather, why'd you have to run so far away? Rather, why'd you have to run so far away? Rather, why'd you have to hop so far away?
That's what we do. We run. We
You're
run
right, that's what
away.
you
We run away.
This one's about Mothman festivals.
Great.
No, I have to do it. No, you don't like this one either? Or is the wine that tastes bad?
No, it's mine.
The wine. Was the salmon loaf.
So we go see Groundhog's critical weather, but we also celebrate other small festivals, and one of them is the Mothman Festival out in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, where the whole town celebrates the Mothman. In case you don't know, I don't know, look up the Mothman, then you'll find it. And actually, punk rock is on the homepage of that. Did you go to that first one that they went to?
I went to the Firebird Festival, y'all.
Firebird Festival. It's another good one. I don't have a song about that one. But there's a town, Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, where they burn a giant phoenix down to the ground. That's a great festival. Rented a truck to fit all of us, and the seats were so tight that we should have had a bus. And we left late at night for an 8-hour drive and arrived in time for the sunrise and at 6 a.m. The streets were all bare, there was nothing going on except for the glare of the Mothman statue in the middle of town. We didn't drive anymore, and we knew we had found this town that didn't care about fame, didn't celebrate the same bullshit that went on every single day. Find the Mothman, we walked through his woods, see a glimpse of him, even even though we understood that nothing would happen no matter how hard we tried. Find the town's legend with the burning red eyes, and later some drunks denied the whole line of the monster and stories that we wasted our time. But 1,000 people couldn't move on. Celebrate the legend that left us along in the town that didn't care about fame. Didn't celebrate the same old shit that went on every single day. We sang karaoke and bought our t-shirts, did everything we could for all it was worth, and we dressed up like monks, we acted like stars, face all night at the bars by convincing these people we believed in the legend that they had conceived of the Mothman prophecy and myth, that something like that could exist in the time that didn't care about fame and didn't celebrate the same old shit that went on every single day.
Woo! Thanks, Mark.
That's some puppy grease.
You got puppy grease all over me. Yeah, let's do a few more, and then I think that I'm going to go to Bond Street Bar, because it's where my brother is, and Rick Barry. So, good old Rick Barry.
What's your... Yeah, what time is that? You know.
I don't know what time. Right. The closing two in San Francisco, too.
Okay, I'm just
So you know. I think it's almost 1-ish. I think my phone is under your
103.
butt. It's 103. So maybe
One poem each?
one poem each? Okay.
Whatever, man.
Let's do one poem each.
Whatever, man. Whatever's clever. I think my phone is under one of your butts. No.
Unless I'm really awesome.
Unless it's up your butt.
Then no. It's not in here?
I don't know.
Oh, did you stop?
Oh no, it's right here. It's
There we go.
it's in the couch somewhere else. I'm dying. Guys, I'm dying.
Well, thanks for having us, Liz. This is
Oh,
fucking
thanks
great.
for having me.
Little background for that.
Yes.
Shit, Mark.
Yeah.
Man, now it's gotta be.
You go over here. So we can hear the guitar and read the lyrics.
Yeah, and I can get 3 of you. One shot. And watch the...
So again, this is Chris McIntyre. He makes Walking English. I'm Mark. I make the Idiom book and magazine. This is Aaron Baird, infamous librarian. Here's some Steve McNamara. When she says she's more of a Grateful Dead kind of girl, she just means that she sleeps around. And when she says she stole her friend's iPod with all the emo music, she just means she meticulously downloaded each song. Far off in saltwater wind and another breathless story altogether, with 3 hitchhikers all distinct, one named Juliet says, I really like your soundtrack, but it's just the radio. Sometimes it's perfect, sometimes a ghost. I wandered over the east and the west, not knowing where I was, following the moon, lost in God. That's Rumi. Wise men still seeking. A Bible quote on the church. And the last one by him. I'm done with beauty, done. I've stared too long at human necks and their skin on New York bodies, and in the folds seen all the myth of it. The way beauty flows like injected fluid from the Greta Garbo eyes of the ghost, how it kills all razors and sparkle and iron-on, how it jiggles in all the right places like Hollywood, but gets drunk and jiggles with all the wrong people. And then the places don't seem so right after all, how it evaporates. I've seen it in varied angles of light. I've seen it bottled and sealed and overpriced, imported and crying, well off and aloof with the right curvature of the chin. and too many arts in the sky, and too many silhouette lines, and too many cookbook recipes, and dime store novellas, and Chicago in the sink. I'm done with beauty. Done.
Good.
Read one?
Joe McCall. I saw that spot tonight. The one where I got your call from California. Stood below the spot tonight. Where you let me listen to your favorite band. Almost fell off the balcony. I was so drunk. The night you called me. So excited to listen to the music. And I whispered, I love you into the receiver. And you whispered it back from the other side. And I shouted that you were the best girl in the world. I missed that night, hearing your voice and you. So excited just to hear mine. And this is Keith Baird. You asked me to write a poem about you, but I couldn't because we were talking about me writing a poem about you. 10 years and 2 phone numbers later, the page is empty and the pen is still. As I sit here thinking about you, wondering if you're still waiting for me to write a poem about you. Alright. I got
Yeah. Alright.
You can
Oh
find
my
our
God, I
stuff
need
at
to-
theidiomag.com, walkingenglish.com.
Alright.
I need a rolly chair for everything that I do.
Yeah, just get a couple
Wheelchair.
wheels and
It's called the wheelchair.
Right, wheelchair.
just get a plank on a couple wheels and just slide around on that shit. Alright. I've seen you pick out photons and bend and pull waves. Time and space fall apart at certain intervals and you fall through in between. And this one is on a random page. I'm gonna read. Mark.
Stop.
Okay. Steve. Alright, Steve McNamara. Untitled. I know all the names, the ways I feel.
I read that
Spirits
one.
conjured- Oh, Liz already read that one. Alright.
Read it again if you want.
Nah, it don't matter. This one is by... There's another Josh Fink. This one's called The Night and Sex and Cigarettes. Formaldehyde, I promise I'll preserve you. Long after all that I love is gone, swim in me, airborne Christmas, raped in the night by swear word benediction, velvet whisper under your skirt, unclench your thighs. That streetlight that blinds us, even though the window, the ash and the Red Sea sheets, the hollow slam of the headboard to the drywall, and the stinging wall of your last breath in me, formaldehyde. We should probably finish on a different note.
On a more positive
Yeah,
note.
one more, Bozier. One more poem. One more poem. One more poem.
Alright. Here's a McCall one. Sums up the whole poetry thing. When I think of you, I think in poetry, and it all makes sense. Every line sounds rehearsed, every smile seems fake. When I talk to you, I talk in poetry. It's gritty and real, but it just sounds so pretty, 'cause I'm talking to you. Alright.
I love it.
Well, thanks for hitting me, Fiasco.
Anybody want to come with me? I know you live here, and you live here, and you live in the opposite
Let's go to
direction.
Bond
of-
Street.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Alrighty.
Go to
talking.
Bond Street.
Everybody's going? Yes!
Yes.
Love it about you guys.
Wait, you guys are going? Really?
Come on.
Or was that just for the camera? I don't know if that's for the camera. Maybe that's for the camera.
Eric did. One.
I don't know, I'm going. Let's go.
Mark's going. He lives up north, and he's gonna work tomorrow. Also, I'm going.
It never really works.
Max like,
Alright, let's tomorrow early. Like James, you met James, right? James is working.
Oh, James?
And Kathy. So it's kind of a joke, but I'm trying to be quick because I really have to stop to get done. And I'm on vacation.
Nathan is thanking you guys very much
Oh, you're welcome.
for being on our show.
It's alright, next time we have a webcast, you can be on it. Pay it forward,
What Can
right?
English
You
should have a webcast. The AM should have a webcast.
We have been thinking about making a podcast.
You
Just
should.
Talking about poetry theory and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, you should. It's all right here. I mean, like, this is a fucking phone.
It's a phone.
This is a fucking
That's a
droid.
computer. We could make
And
a
that's
podcast.
a computer. You can do whatever the
I have
fuck
the
you
Idiot
want.
Mag, which is off the iMac thing, and they allow you to make a podcast. So maybe
Right.
the Idiot Podcast coming soon. You never know.
Coming soon. You're not the only one. This is for me? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, look at Dogmatic. I love that he's like teamed up with you guys now.
Dude,
I think that's
Dogmatic
rad.
has been an amazing force with us.
I think that's
He was
awesome.
at the Indian book release party. He's definitely a character, which is valued, and we love him.
I think that's awesome. He's been like in, you know, just like my
We brought
music
him-
scene for so long.
We brought him the Gobbler's Knob this year, see the groundhog,
Mhm.
and it was pouring rain, and he painted a picture out in a field, and by the end of the prognostication, there was nothing left on the picture except for a blurred brown spot, which was the stump the groundhog is pulled out of. But he had this whole epic drawing painting
Wow.
that he had, and then it all got rained on, and he was just like, "This is," and someone bought it for $100.
No way.
Yeah, they're like, "This
That's
is amazing."
awesome. See, you can do anything, even in the rain. Oh, I think my blue thing's in there. Max, don't feel pressured. You don't have to go anywhere you don't want to go.
Mark, can you drive it back here?
Get me back here. Why not?
Like after?
Yeah, it's on the way. You bringing the camera?
Goodness, I'd say, Mac, I could, you know, I'd say, come back, drive you home to Point, but I don't go home to Point anymore.
No, I'll get around the corner.
That was awesome. I love driving in the car with you.
Good times, good times.
That was great. One of the drunk drivers that I trust. I don't know why, because you definitely shouldn't have been driving. Like,
I got on my side.
yeah. Do I have my phone? Okay.
Alright. We'll see you there.
Yeah, I'm
Make sure
gonna.
you bring your book. I want Rick and Barry to see the
Oh, okay. I should.
Get more sales online. You think Barry's gonna buy one? Yeah, probably not, but never know.
He may.
He may.
People on here were like, you may have like sold 3 books.
I hope so. That'd be cool. But if not, whatever.
People dig stuff, Mark.
What?
People dig stuff.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I feel like sometimes poetry and art is the hardest thing for people to dig. They always dig music,
Right.
but I'm trying to make words cool again.
Nathan's got a lot of really good words.
Yeah, flip some over. Dun, dun, dun.
Mark's car. Okay, we're gonna take a short drive. Oh shit. We're gonna take a short drive. I'm gonna follow you. Okay, cause I get a little. I get a little lost, not having driven here in a little while. Okay. I'm going to stop and save all of that. What was that? You want to come here? Oh, yeah, hold on 1 second. Yeah, I'm going to stop and save real quick, and I'll be right back.